2001, I had a tumor in my ear, and it's a real long, weird name, called a cholesteatoma. Yeah, the weird long name. And what it does is it eats the bones that are behind the ear. And, well, when the doctor went in to remove the tumor, he said if I would have waited another month, half my head would have been jelly. Here, I battled for, I'm not entirely sure how long with the tumor, but I've battled with ear infections, earaches for 9 years. So since I was about 2, maybe 3, somewhere around there, battling with earaches, ear infections, and then all of a sudden, I guess because it wasn't being taken care of properly, grew into a tumor. And so when the doctor removed it, he said, we can go back in and we can reconstruct your ear, but there's still a 50-50 chance you won't be able to hear. I didn't feel at ease. I said, no, I'm not even going to go in for another surgery and it not work. So I dealt with, for now 22 years, of being deaf in my right ear. And then Pastor Jeff Johns shows up and he says, we have promotion and we have the authority to speak our promotions and we have the authority to speak healing over our life. And then he stopped for a second and then he said, now if you have any healing that you need in your body, whether it be sickness, pain, or just healing in any part of your body, just speak over it. You have that authority to speak over your healing. And like my mind went blank, but my spirit said, no, we're going for healing. And my hand shot up and I straight said, Lord, healing. And not just a little bit, I want it all. I want all the healing, Lord. Bring it and bring it to the fullest. Later that night, it was just a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I can hear. This is new to me. A couple days go by, nothing. It's still about the same. Later that night, more hearing. And I'm like, whoa, this is loud. And I'm like, this is good. This is good. Another 2 days go by, and all of a sudden I'm like, my ear pops. And I'm not talking little, I'm talking loud, like, wow. And I'm like, all right. And I'm listening to my praise and worship at work when it hit me. And it hit me so hard that it felt like this ear went deaf. But I'm hearing like everybody's yelling at me in this ear. And I'm like, quit yelling. It was loud enough that I was hearing them over my praise and worship, which I normally have all the way up. So I can't hear anybody. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. Glory to God, thank you for that. I needed that. Turn my volume down now, please. I literally pulled my phone out, called my wife, and I said, so I got a little bit of a testimony. And I told her about it. She goes, that's not a little bit. She said, you got to tell the guys at the men's meeting tonight. And I'm like, no, I didn't think about that. That's out of my comfort zone. But it's not my work, it's God's work, and I want everybody to know God's work. So I'm stepping out of comfort zone here. So 2 weeks ago, I had a sinus infection, and I went to the doctor to get it checked out. And he's looking in my ear. And he looked over here and he goes, God, you must be deafer than a bat in this thing. I said, no, why? He goes, because it is mangled in there. I said, it's mangled in there? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I did have a surgery back in 2001. He goes, okay, that explains it. He goes, how are you hearing? And I said, my hearing's fine in that ear. He goes, how? I said, by the grace of God. And he goes, by the grace of God? I said, yeah, God healed my ear. I said, I wasn't able to hear out of it, but now I am. He goes, well, that's good. And that's as far as he went with that. And he wrote me up my prescription for my sinus infection, sent me on my way. And what really gets me is it was something that I was battling with as a believer. And what really like opened my spirit to understand it. Like, I was like, no, I hear about it, I see it on TV of these pastors healing these people, and when it happened to me, now I can look back and be like, no, that really happened. That really happened. That really happened. So now it's not just believing on my part, it's believing on their part as well. And that I think is something that God wanted me to understand. Was definitely a wake-up call for me. Because I battled, I've been in and out of church, and I battled with the thought and the reality of God's a healing God. He wants us all healed. He wants us all well. So I battled with that. I've seen it, but it was hard for me to believe it until it happened. And when it happened, anybody needs healed, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll testify and I'll pray. I will be there.